Virtual art. In this video we're going to talk about the home screen in Revit. We're going to talk about the navigation. Also we are going to talk about how to show and hide an object and how to isolate an object. So let's get started. Here we have the home screen where are going to appear our recent projects that we have opened and families as well. Here we can open a new family or create a new one, and the same with models that are going to be our projects. So in this case, we are going to talk about the navigation inside the program. So we are going to simply click here in the sample architectural project. So now that it is opened, I'm going to go to the 3D view by default, the default 3D view. So I can double click here, or I can simply come here in default 3D view and click here. So it opens. So now that we are here, we are going to talk about the navigation with the mouse. We can zoom in and zoom out with the scroll. I can also pan, making by middle click. I can also rotate the view by pressing shift and middle click and dragging. And also I can zoom. Another way to zoom in and out is by pressing Ctrl and middle click. So in the floor plans, for example, I can also make all those functions, but well, except the rotation. By except the rotation, everything is the same. So here we are going to talk about now the ViewCube, and here about the navigation bar here. So if this doesn't appear, for example, it is closed or is not showing any of this, you can always go to View and User Interface. And here you can see the navigation bar and the ViewCube. In this case, I'm going to turn this back on, and here it is again. So we're going to talk about the ViewCube. The ViewCube is an easy way to just to go to any view, to some views, like the front view, the right view, or even the east view, for example, the south view. That's an easy way to navigate. Here we have our home button, so that we can, if I click here, it goes to some predefined view or a default view that we can actually change by just right click here in the home button, and we go to send current view as home. So if I click here, now if we can, and now maybe go to here, maybe we are editing this, and I want to go to that main view again, so I can click here home, and it goes to our defined view. So here we have save view, that is going to only create a new 3D view and save it right here with the name that we specify here. Another option is lock to selection. A common problem with this is that, for example, if I click here in front view, it's going to zoom out way too far. So I will have to be zooming in every time I click here. So a way to solve this is just by using that option. For example, if I select this and I click here and set lock to selection, we can see a little lock is going to appear, lock symbol is going to appear here. If I click here front, it's just going to center in the object that we have selected. So in this case, we don't want to zoom to that. So I'm going to just click here to reset that option. And I'm going to click here, this wall, for example, because the center of these two objects are going to represent the part of the architecture that I want to center. So I'm going to select that, right click, and lock to selection. So now if I click left, for example, it's going to seem right there. Click here, right there, right? If I go back there, front, it zooms right in the house. So now we have, well, we can turn on perspective view, orthographic view. We're going to set back to orthographic. We have other options like to orient to certain view, to certain elevation, and we have here some options that we can change here. And we can also access to those options by file and options and ViewCube, and here it is. Now we're going to talk about the navigation bar, that is this one here, and this is going to allow us to quickly navigate inside our project, design a 3D space. For example, here we can center the object. I mean, click here, for example, click here, and it's going to center wherever we click and drag that button. Well, we can orbit, we can pan. This is especially useful in when we have perspective views. Where we have inserted a camera inside our project, and we want to find a good view, a good point of view. Walk is not going to work here because it's not a perspective view. In fact, it says here the walk tool requires a perspective projection, so we are going to go to a perspective view. For example, this one, that is a kitchen. The first thing we're going to notice is that I cannot activate this wheel, so this tool. So what's happening here is that this view is locked, and we can see that here. Here it says locked 3D view, so I'm going to click here and unlock the view, and now we can access to our full navigation, our navigation wheel. So I click here, now access to here. Another thing is that it's going to be a bit slow because I'm here in realistic view, so I'm going to send to shaded. So we can preview this, we can do this faster. Okay, so here we can, this button that is going to look, to orbit, to zoom in, zoom out, to walk, which is going to help us a lot to go around our model, our project. We are going to, and if we want to go back to the view we were before, I just can click here, rewind, and I can go back. Now here we can change, of course, go to other wheels. And we can here to simply select other wheels. So now we are going to talk about showing and hiding an object. So I'm going to go, for example, here in the 3D view. So I'm going to click here. Let's say I want to hide this object, so I can just go here and click here in modify. Click here and hide element. To show it again, I can just click here and reveal hidden elements and select my wall and hide element. So this tool is going to show us all the elements that has been hidden. And it is back. Another way to hide an object. I'm going to just click here, right click, and hide a view element. Now, if we want to isolate an object in a 3D view, so we can analyze it and see how it's going. Let's say I'm going to the kitchen and I'm working on this door, maybe an intersection with a wall or something right here, and I want to see it in a 3D view. We can simply just click here in selection box, and we are going to see that in an isolated mode. So now our section box isn't appearing. Our section box option is here, that is activated. We can just go here because it is hidden. So reveal hidden elements, select our section box and hide element. We go back, and now we can extend a little more. So that will be it. This is we have talked about the home screen in Revit, the navigation, how to hide and show an object in the views, and also how to isolate a 3D object. Now in the next video we are going to talk about how to import a CAD file, a 2D CAD file, and also create objects. We are going to talk about the basics in drawing in Revit. If you like the video, you can always give it a like, and also you can subscribe to see more of my videos. So thanks for viewing, and bye.